Let me go. I don't want this no more. I don't want this no more.
I've been going late when I need to go right. Know my life I had to fight, but I don't want this no more. No, I don't want this no more. Ain't no loyalty out in these streets. Ain't no peace, ain't no relief, and I don't want this no more. No, I don't want this. Let me get to the other side.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Fellas, grab your girls. It's about to get sexy in here. Yo, welcome to the other side. Yo, we got a doozy for you tonight. And look, before I get started, yo, we got a special guest tonight. Yo, Shy couldn't make it. He had to put in that work, you know what I mean? He had to get a project done, and yo, that paper always comes fresh, you know what I mean? But, yo, tonight we got the crew with us.
It's your girl Whitney Nicole. It's me, Latricia Johnson Miller.
And then we got that voice of an angel, my little homie. We got AB in the house tonight.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
What's good? Yo, before we go ahead and get started, look, make sure you like, subscribe. Yo, make sure you share and click that post notification so you can get it whenever we post. You know what I mean? So look, tonight, fellas, I hate to be it, but we about to get on us again. You know what I mean? But it's not all for us. It's about to get a little sticky. You know what I mean? You got to, I'm going to let Teresa sing it.
No romance without finance. Hey,
Yeah.
you got to have a J.O.B. if you want to be with me. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. Okay.
Yeah, no romance without finance. And how far does potential go? You know what I mean? So look, first we're gonna start with when the money get low, how far does love take you? And how long can you deal with potential? Because we all know when that money get funny, so does that honey. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we're gonna start with who's you the guest? Let's start with you tonight.
You want to start with me?
Yeah.
I think it's very hard to come up with creative ways when you're broke. But you can try, and it depends on how much you love each other, how much work you're willing to put in for it.
But does love actually sustain you through the hard times, or do you need more than just love? Because love, you can love somebody at the end of the day, but when that light bill due, you know what I mean, you can't pay that light bill with love.
I think that love definitely sustains, but I think that you also have to figure out where we are in our relationship, because when I'm 19, I'm cool with just kicking it. I'm cool with just, you ain't got it, I ain't got it either.
True.
But not now. Hold on a minute. Like, I need to figure out why is this happening. Are you putting yourself in a situation where you can't keep a job? What's going on? Now, I'm being for real, because at this point, we have to ask real questions about what is the issue and why is the money funny? Why are we going through this at a certain point in our life? When you're teenagers and you're in your 20s and you're in college living your best life,
Both of y'all, bro.
we cool, we eat oodles and noodles.
That's
It's
right.
almost like, because that's kind of what brings you together. I can't imagine still doing that when I'm in my 40s and 50s. And I'm really at some point like, nah, love ain't sustaining, because now I'm mad. Your attitude wrong. And you know, when the money ain't right, that means y'all not right. And it's because
Right.
now you have the bills, it's got to be backed up on bills. We had arguments about it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And now I'm drawing the grandparent because I can't even get in the mood with you because I'm annoyed.
I get it.
Because it's always in the back of my mind that this is a thing. So we got to figure out how we get here.
So what you think, Trey?
Well, I've been there,
Uh-huh.
done that. And I guess love sustained us because we're still together.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm not saying it was pleasant. I'm not saying it felt good. And there comes a time where sometimes we've all heard the saying, pick and choose your battles. But sometimes the battle chooses you. You didn't pick and choose anything.
Right.
Sometimes the battle chooses you. And when you are at war, you have to come together with a strategic plan. And first we have to figure out why are we at war, as Whitney said. Like, how did we get here? Sometimes we didn't get there on our own. It was
Yeah.
unforeseen circumstances that brought us there. it could have been a health issue.
Yeah.
That, where one person couldn't work and the other person had to take care of the other person, or a business could have folded. You could have had your own business and a business folded. But the thing is, when you are in war, you got to know who you're in war with.
And is that person
Do you
willing to
have
fight with you?
right?
That's right.
And is the relationship worth salvaging? If you're in war with someone who will abandon you while you are out in the battle,
Yeah.
you don't need to be with them anyway.
Well, I've been on both sides. I've been on the side where it was good, where I was doing the financing, take care of, because I was brought up like that. As the man, you provide. You know what I mean? You protect and you provide. Those are my two mantras. Those are my go-to rules, what I'm supposed to do in my relationship. But I've also been on the other side where she had to look out. And fellas, let me tell you something. I lost weight. I mean, for real, because who I am as a person, I couldn't deal with it. It wasn't setting right in my life. Like I don't like. I always say I want a woman that's gonna hold me down, right? We always say that.
Yeah, but then when you get
But when you get one,
Your
And
ego, don't let your ego be too
the
big.
ego gets too big.
no. But when I say, but it's very uncomfortable though for a man. It is very
And
uncomfortable.
unfortunately, us women, we don't understand that it's uncomfortable to hold you down because you're used to holding us down and us being the quote unquote weaker vessel in that aspect, or being the helpmeet in that
Yeah, I was about to say
aspect.
I wouldn't use.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know
So,
about
so
it.
let me excuse the weaker, but us being the helpmeet versus us being the provider, there is a difference. But at first, it may not start out with no romance because we're getting adjusted. But then after a while,
They're like, hold on, how long we gonna be here?
right? How long?
How long we gonna be
And
here?
then
Right.
after a while, we not talking. You could feel the tension in the living room.
But I'm gonna tell you from a man, that is the to have your woman hold you down, especially when you're able-bodied or you may be sticking to your guns because you're supposed to be following his path. That is the most humbling thing in the world. Like all that other stuff means nothing compared to when your woman is holding you down and she looking at you like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
But in that space,
You know what I mean?
when she's holding you down, are you acknowledging that you're grateful? And that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Sometimes that ego gets so big, and I think that maybe unconsciously, the attitude could be like, because your
This is what
ego
you're
is so
supposed-
big.
this is what you're supposed to
do. You're
do.
supposed to hold me down. That's fine, but make sure that she understands why this is happening. Don't leave her out of the dark on what your next step is, because if she's there and she's providing, because that's what she's going to do, whether you were there or not, she's going to take care of herself. But you can't be in a space with any woman or a man and you don't have them in the loop about what you're trying to do.
Trying to do.
And
Right.
if you in your own world, I can't read your mind. And
That's right.
naturally, women are much more wanting to communicate.
Communicate.
Unfortunately, in that situation, you as that
Men
man,
are
if
not wanting
you're
to.
going to have to talk to
Yeah,
her.
well, yeah, and it's
You
hard.
can't play that role like,
Shut
well, I let you
down.
know when I'm no. Well, hold on.
Or shut down.
No, I don't know nobody gonna come
Oh,
off
you
like
can't.
that. I don't know nobody.
Okay.
It can be very frustrating.
Oh, yeah.
It's very frustrating for a man, and especially when a woman is coming to him and she's asking him questions.
Yes.
What, you an interviewer now? You asking me all these
Yeah,
questions?
y'all get so.
It's so touchy,
It
but
gets-
it's like, no, I'm looking for direction because I'm trying to move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're expecting him to lead, but right now he's not leading. He is standing still. I get it, but I'll be honest with you. When I was going through it, ladies, I have all the respect in the world for you because I was cooking, I was cleaning, I was ironing clothes, I was doing everything, but I still felt less than. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But it broke me. It broke me. Like I couldn't even go back to hoeing after that. I mean, took all the hoe out of me.
You should, because you think you're going to be hoeing.
No, but
You ain't
no,
got no damn job.
no, I wasn't hoeing without.
Get your ass out here. Because you know, that jobless dick be the best one. Fuck out here. You got no job.
And that's all they got.
Because they putting the work in.
Yeah, that's all you focus on.
That's what they working on, them new skills. Take that, take that.
No, I need
They
you to
try
focus.
they try to
But-
perform.
Yeah.
But I would say this as my homeboy Chill, you say, you cannot pay the light bill with no good day
No, you
dog.
can't.
You can't do it. It's just not gonna work.
You can't.
You know what I mean?
Can't.
So how far, to switch it up a little bit, how far are you willing to go when you know he has potential? but he hasn't reached his potential yet. Like how long you willing to ride?
I think it depends for me. Now, if you just my boyfriend, I don't know how long I'm gonna keep putting up with that.
Yeah.
A husband is a different scenario for me. You said your vows.
Right.
It's gonna be good and it's
It's
gonna be bad.
And
So
if
you
it
gotta
hasn't
figure
been
that thing
bad, you
out.
just stick it on out. It will get there.
Live life. Keep on living. That's like,
Keep on living. It's gonna happen. You're gonna hit something in the road. So
what about you?
Well, I'm not married, so it'll only be somebody I think that sometimes I get kind of uncomfortable and I maybe ride the fence about potential because I understand exactly what it means. Like, you have to be careful when you are seeing the potential in somebody that has nothing to do with what that person sees.
mhm.
That has nothing to do with what they think. That has nothing to do with what they're doing currently in their life. But if you're like, I can see the great in you, you are this, and they just like, well, what? You gotta be careful with that because you're trying to make them be that. And I think that you dating is, you don't know when that's gonna end, and you can literally spend so much years of potential, and you really thought it was gonna be something. So if you're not working and you're not being proactive, it's so touchy. But then it's like, is it fair to say that everybody should be at their potential? Everybody's not there. But then it's like what I ride the fence because I get it, but then I'm like, dang.
But you got to remember, like I said before, the man is there to protect and provide. The woman is there to birth and to nurture.
According to
Wait a
who,
minute,
though?
hold on.
See, these
No,
are
but-
sometimes these are false
I'm in the hot seat.
expectations.
Yes.
Sometimes these are false expectations,
Come
and
on.
this is what causes a lot of
Come
confusion
on now.
and fighting in marriage. Is because
Ooh.
we take what we saw our parents do and we try to bring it into our own relationship.
It always fails.
And my father, he's a provider. My mother, she's a businesswoman. So, and then, like, in my instance, my husband, he had a strong mother.
Mm.
I had a strong father.
Mhm.
So then, you know, he may be looking for more of a strong woman.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a strong daddy.
Yeah.
You want a
So-
strong
so-
daddy.
Yeah.
But if those false expectations,
Yeah.
sometimes when you say you gotta humble yourself, some things will humble you and say, wait a minute, that worked for them, but that may not work for us.
But do you know what I mean by birth and nurture? When I say,
No, make it make sense because that's why we looking at you like.
yeah, like I know I'm in the hot seat, but to birth and to nurture means to actually, when he has a vision and when he's going through his hard times, you are supposed to help birth that vision, but you are supposed to nurture that vision. Like Barack didn't get there by himself.
Oh, but trust and
Now,
believe.
but guess what? It got
Wait a
hard, but
minute,
if she
don't
would stop
throw- don't
riding, he
throw-
would have never been
you gonna
president.
throw them in there? Just and believe though. Michelle wasn't she wasn't just
I ain't saying she
taking
was
slack.
no,
She saw the vision, she believed in him, but she also let him know you're also going to reach a certain level because I'm reaching it too.
Right.
So if he ever slacked, she looked at him like,
they had the same
come
goal.
on now.
They had the same goal.
Exactly. So when I want to touch on what you said about the generational, I literally had this conversation at the big house on Sunday about, because I'm a millennial woman, whatever that may mean, and I think oftentimes dating, the gender role comes up. The woman should do this, and the man, wait, why? And I was talking about how my mother, your mother, even probably your mother, and our grandmothers come from totally different generations. So our grandmothers, there was no expectation for them to work. Why? The way they lived. The woman did take care of the woman. Actually, it wasn't even set up for women to work. So they had to stay home. They brought children. They took care of the home. So our parents saw that, right? So why do you think a lot of older women, they aspire to be this woman for their husband? It's a totally different mindset. So then you got, us coming through like, no, wait a minute. I'm strong too. I can work. I can do these things. So expectation, I need to know that we're both understanding that what we saw, we can determine what we want. It does not have to be that way. Because grandma did not work.
This grandma did.
Not really, but she also
No,
bore
no.
12 children.
Yeah, she wore
Okay,
12
so
but
she
grandma also got up in the morning, made granddad breakfast, was at work by 6:30, came home, cooked, dinner was on the table by 6,
Okay.
and then she made sure on Friday she washed the clothes and went shopping. And then grandma was different.
But I'm saying
My
too,
grandma worked.
but also that was for a certain time. But after a while, she was at home with children. So when my father sees that, your mother sees that, their perspective of a marriage and a man and woman are going to be totally different.
Yeah,
Than
but
you.
see, that's
what I'm saying.
why all my marriages failed. Because I thought I was trying to
Come on now.
make them. I was trying to beat them.
Can't do that.
But didn't nobody tell me what it took to beat them.
Oh it takes work to
Oh,
be them.
But what about the people that don't want to
It
do the
has
work?
to. It takes a.
Honestly, I sometimes think that it took a lot of women to be unhappy back then. A lot of them sucked a lot
I'm
of
about
stuff
to get
up.
up.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm telling
Yeah,
you
they
right
sucked a lot
now.
of stuff up.
They sucked up other families.
And yeah.
He had other families.
And so
It's
I
so
think they
much
were
hurt.
unhappy. I think
Also,
this generation is
speak
not
on it.
taking.
What if
Speak
I
on
got
it.
We don't want that.
myself
We
into-
don't want to be our generation before.
Also, you just said a word because that is exactly
They
what I'm
took
saying.
it. They took whatever they had to
Yeah.
take.
And even if you talk about infidelity, it's just in general, the woman took on so much, never bucked the system, never says anything. So when you meet a woman like me, hello, I am just saying yes. I want to talk that out because it just does not go that
It
way
doesn't
with me.
work for me.
And so then it's like
Make
you
it
just
make
too
sense.
strong. No,
What,
you in the house. It's a lot of estrogen. So come on.
Yeah, what would happen?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't. What if I got myself into? Like, I was talking to Shay the other day, and I can't believe I said this to her, but she called me at 4:30 in the morning. She said, "Eric, you remember when me and Wayne got married?" I was like, "Girl, I thought this was an emergency. This is 4:30 in the morning." She said, "Do you remember standing in my mama and daddy's house? You told me
I know you said
when the men start talking, you supposed to go to the bedroom."
My God.
I said, I don't believe I said. I said, wait a minute. That sounds like something I would say back then. But
Eric.
I'm sorry. That's what I told her. She would not let me
I
ever
wouldn't-
forget that.
What
But like I said, I've been on the other side. I have a total different outlook on it now. I respect it. Yes, y'all went through a lot. But there comes a point where y'all got to stop taking that. We've been through a lot. We did this. I don't want to hear that. What we doing?
What are you doing?
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
that's what I'm saying. In the relationship, what are we doing?
Okay, what are you
Oh,
doing?
okay. You said this generation.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
In your relationship.
Yeah, like
Not
so.
trying to be like
Yeah, I can't be like before. So when you start doing that, like, okay, what we're not gonna do is, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this because at the end of the day, I am the leader of this relationship.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, I am the head.
Help me, Jesus.
No, when I say
So
I'm
guess
the,
what? When you come
I gotta lead
when you
it.
come like that,
you
when
gotta,
that light bill due,
yeah, you gotta,
you better pay it.
Yeah, but you can't want equal rights and don't have equal part of the bill.
What?
Well, you just said that
No,
I had
no,
to
no,
do
but-
Makes sense,
You
right?
just said I had
Make
to do
it
what
make
you want
sense.
to do.
No, I said,
As the man.
I didn't say that.
Make it make
What I
sense.
said was, I am the head of this relationship. I am the man. I am to lead.
And I'm
But
the
I
head.
understand, yeah, and I can't turn without
Can't
the
turn
nut.
that mother without me.
I get it. But so there are, and we got to get out of this,
Yeah.
that there are not roles. There is a man and there's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, that's it. We can't change that. You got some other stuff out there right now, but it's still a man and a woman. And at the end of the day, we have to come together and make up our mind where we going. If we don't have where we going, we're going to be lost. And then we got to do it with, what I say, Sandy, with intention.
Yep.
We got to be
We have to be
intentional.
intentional.
We got to be intentional.
I always feel like these things are so great to say, and even after we do these shows, I'd be like, "Are we really doing this? Are we really being
Yeah, I
intentional?"
try to.
Because at the end of the day, we can be so intentional, telling people, "Are we actually being intentional?"
Yeah.
Because I think oftentimes as us being single, we can just be dealing with people. Is it intentional? No. And I'm just saying,
What do
be
you
careful. Well, you're saying that you want to be intentional about what you're doing. I'm asking, in your life, are you being intentional?
I have
Because
to.
that is the problem. Because when you get out and you're dating people, you realize like,
Well, me personally, I have to be intentional because I don't want to go through no more consequences, can't afford no more. So I have to be very intentional and direct about what it is I'm doing. Now, what they doing, I don't know. But I'm being intentional because it just makes more sense now. Does that make sense?
But you had to get there.
I had to get there. I had to go through a whole
He wasn't
lot of
always
problems.
intentional.
No, I was selfish at one point. I was self-consumed. I was a lot of different things, but I didn't know who I was because for a long time I was Eric the singer. But then when you get in a relationship and you being Eric the singer and you making money, whatever, then at the end of the day you fall off and you ain't making no money. Now you Eric the singer and you looking like, who the hell am I? Because I don't know me. So that's why I have to be intentional now because I had to go back and find out who I was.
Okay.
Now come on, y'all. Y'all gotta, can I get an amen? Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. I'm trying to teach you something. Follow me. Turn your books to Book of Ruckle.
Shut
Verse 1, chapter 1.
But if we talking about finances, so what is
Right.
it? How is it okay if the woman makes more money than you? Because a lot of men, I don't care until they put in that situation. It's like that ego jump out quick. Like, I don't need. Well, what? Calm down. It's just I make more money.
I don't find a problem with her making more money, honestly. I have a problem with women who make more money who demean their man.
Because
Because
they
she-
Oh yeah, well, that's
Now
but that
that's-
just come down to the respect. They
Yeah, it
just-
was like nigga, you ain't, nigga, what? I can do this without you.
So, yeah.
When they start doing that, you be like, well, okay, you do this without me then. You know what I mean? Because I can take whatever little bit of money I'm having and go have some peace with it. You know what I mean? But so I don't have a problem with a woman that makes more money.
So that's the thing. So in a relationship, and the money gets funny, and the honey is less than. Would you rather have someone where the finances are on the mountaintop, but you have to go through a lot of drama, or someone that you have to build with?
I'd rather go with someone I have to deal with because that the money
Yeah.
money's
They
not
come and go,
everything.
too.
It's
not.
come and go, and
It's not.
it's about peace. Like, can I really lay down and wake up in the morning and feel good about what we do? Now I may lay down and we struggling, but I know we got this plan, baby. We moving forward.
We're moving forward.
Yes,
But-
as long as we have a plan.
And we're
Come on,
moving
plan.
forward.
And
yeah.
we, if the money ain't always there, but we got a
Good
plan,
plan.
then yes.
And we're working the plan.
working the plan, then I'm cool with it.
Not
Yeah.
just have
I'm
a
gonna-
plan
I'm
and
gonna
it's
go
not
forth
being
with you.
no effort
Mhm.
put forward to it.
Right.
So I get it, because the thing is, you can be with someone who has money, and maybe money may not be your challenge or your obstacle. But let me tell you something. I know plenty of people who were in relationships and the money wasn't funny, and something came, and guess what? They abandoned their mate.
hmm
So
Weekend rendezvous,
Yeah.
and your wife ain't there.
no, I'm saying like somebody had a sickness,
Oh.
and they abandoned the
Yeah, that's
person who
yeah,
was
that's,
not
that's
That
hard.
to me
That's-
feels like they
that's-
were there for the money.
abandoned their mate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad business.
That's
right there.
terrible.
That's-
Trust and
that's-
believe. I would love to have a certain
Jesus
lifestyle.
gonna work that out.
But I mean, it's not
Listen.
gonna be. That would never be something I ever go after. His money would never be what I would make me like him, ever make me stay.
I've always liked the go-getter. That was always the type of guy that I was attracted to.
Go get him.
You had
like,
to-
like an
A
entrepreneur.
go-getter, yeah, entrepreneur. You
No
had
9 to
a
5?
business mind. I didn't care about a 9 to 5 because I know I'm not a 9 to
Mhm.
5er. Even though right now, yeah, you know I
Mhm.
got my own little business,
Mhm.
but what is that?
It's not little. We're gonna take.
Oh,
the
okay,
little
I'm
out.
sorry. Take the little
We're
out.
gonna take the
We
little
got
out.
our own business,
Yeah.
but I've never been like a 9 to 5. I'm a creative,
Mhm.
and I didn't mind being with somebody who was a creative too.
Mhm.
Me and my husband, we both came out of the entertainment
Mhm.
world.
Mhm.
That's what. So we know how to get in an entertainment situation
Mhm.
and build from that.
Well, that's like-mindedness.
Yeah.
It could be difficult for someone you have dated that was not from that. Okay, from your like what you've done,
Oh, it's
it can be difficult. Do you know the situation with the influencer B. Simone that said, I can't date a 9 to 5. I need a hustler. And she went by me. Everybody was like, we counseling her. The context, she should explain more because what she does is not 9 to 5. And she needed someone to understand that. She shouldn't have just straight slammed 9 to 5 because a 9 to 5 could make $100K.
Nothing wrong.
So you got to be careful with saying that.
Yes.
But if somebody doesn't understand,
nothing wrong
your
with someone
life.
that works 9 to 5. But when I was on the road doing music, it was hard to
Yep.
date someone who did a 9 to 5 because I may be up at 3 in the morning. I'm
Preach.
up at 4 in the morning.
Preach.
I'm at the club doing a walkthrough,
Preach.
you know, with somebody at 3 in the morning, and I might want to call you and talk to you, but you
Yeah.
got to get up and go to work. So it made it difficult.
Yeah.
I needed somebody who had freedom, and if I say, hey, I'm gonna be in Cali, can you come out here? They had the freedom to say, yeah, I'm gonna get on the
Oh, you
plane
want a
right now.
baller. That's a baller. Because
Well,
most
that
niggas
is what I
can't-
meant.
None of 5 just can't
Those-
say,
those-
hey, I'm in Cali, can you come? That nigga
No,
ain't
9 to
right.
5.
Nah,
That's, and I tried to date 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I love you. I do. Y'all were cool, but that 9 to 5,
but it
just-
didn't match your lifestyle.
it didn't match my life at that time.
But you know what? I forced the 9 to 5 thing on me because I didn't want nobody in the game. Because you know everything we saw in the game.
Okay, but I
And
said
he was like,
the,
oh, I
the
definitely
only thing
don't
I
want
didn't
none
want
of
in the
them.
game was a musician. I definitely said musicians was off limits. I chose an athlete. The musicians is off limits.
Right.
Yeah, life is different. Life is different. But at the same time, I think like Teresa's husband, he owns his own truck. He's a truck driver.
Okay.
So, but when I look at them, they're both like kind of sort of 9 to 5, but he was at a place where he could make his own schedule.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so when I look at Treese and my man, I'm proud of him. No, I'm really proud of him.
Yeah.
You know, because when you go through, look, we've all gone through, and you find that space where it's, I keep talking about this space where it's just us. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Person.
It's just us. I really dig that. Like, I think that's some cool shit. You know what I mean?
But again, it depends on who you're in relationship with. If you're in relationship with someone that is not going to sit down and hash things out and put the real on the table, then that makes a difference. Fortunately for me, I do have someone that will, after the smoke has been sucked out, that will sit down and, okay, let's put it on the table. And then we come to the conclusion, if we're going to be together, we're going to be together. If we're not going to be together, we're not going to be together. But one thing Eric taught me.
I taught you something?
Yeah, you taught me
Lord.
something.
Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, you taught me something. And one thing he asked me, and I challenge you to ask yourself this in your relationship. Is it worth it? And when it gets to the place where the answer is no, then somebody pack the bags and change the door. Because somebody don't need to be in that space anymore.
That's true. I ain't packing no more bags. I done did it, and I'm not. I ain't packing.
Because
no
the
more
thing is, when you're at war, and I say war, but I'm not talking about a physical put your hands on someone. But when you're in conflict and war and challenge with whoever your mate is, your significant other, that brings death and destruction, and not necessarily physical death. It could bring death and destruction to your relationship.
No question.
And how do you bounce back? So you have to have someone that you can sit down and make a plan and a strategy with to be able to bounce back, and someone who will not abandon you while you out there fighting, and then you turn around and you fighting by yourself because you know they done went and found Susie Q, you know, and because she ain't got nothing going on over here and it's calm over there. No, if we're gonna be in the trenches, let's be in the trenches together.
Yeah, that's true. I had the last chick I dated, and she was I gotta give her all the respect in the world. Like, she was dope. Like, I talk about her all the time. Like, she was straight up dope.
Yeah, you do.
She was dope. Like, and I think
I hear it every week.
I think it's more so I can't believe that she was that dope, but my money was funny. And then she would want to go out sometimes. She was like, yo, let's go out. I was like, yo, I can't do that tonight. She was like, I ain't asking for no money. And then, but it still tugged on the inside. So, and then that made me want to do what I would give her my last. But it came to a point where I'm still riding my ride, and we was having this conversation about something, and then she said, I was like, so what are you saying? And she was like, I was like, but it's over? And she was like, well, I guess it is because you can't give me what I need.
She was honest.
I had more respect for that. Like, I wasn't hurt. I wasn't mad. I was a little disappointed, but I was like, yo, that right there, that one thing that she said to me, she honestly, she didn't take me through the ditches and call me all sorry kind of, and that ain't never going to work. And she was just like, yo, you just can't give me what I need. And I thought that was like the dopest. Like, I still talk about her till every week.
But in 2020, people aren't doing that. People aren't honest like that in 2020.
Eric sound like he like somebody that you sound. I don't know, Eric. You sound like you like non-commitment. You was like almost happy to get out of that though.
Nah, I really wasn't.
Even though you said she was dope,
He was absolutely not happy to get out of that.
I was not.
I'm not happy. I might be saying the wrong thing.
Were you asking like if he was just like okay, you questioned did he fight? Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we fought. I fought for it before, but it just came to the place where we were going in different directions, and I understood that. And I was never gonna say it. You know what I mean? I was never gonna say, yeah, we go in a different direction. She didn't give a shit about my music. You know what I mean?
That light bill was due.
Yeah, she was like, whatever.
Okay, I got you.
But
That
at
light
the
bill
end-
is
but
due,
at the
and
end- yeah.
it's been due for
That's real.
year.
That's why I was saying, where you
And
at in life?
where you
It's,
at?
sometimes you can kind of go through like whatever, but when you get a certain age and you want something else and you want more, sometimes your tolerance for that is going to be a little short for that potential.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't.
I
You
think
gotta
with,
show me something else.
with her, but it was the mindset for both of us. This is why I know. It was like, I am like you, Aseelah. I'm music, all these schedules, whatever. She's 9 to 5. You know what I mean? And that 9 to 5 meant she knew that what check was coming in. That I may make this money this week and this might not be another check. You gotta watch this check for 6 months. That was too unstable for her. She's
And
like,
for
I
me,
can't
that
do
won't probably work for me. I'm gonna be honest. If anybody knows my father, he's a serial entrepreneur, and growing up, I'm gonna be very well, I'm being for real.
No,
I'm being
For
very
real.
transparent here because this has actually shaped me to be actually who I am. I saw businesses great, and I saw it fail, and I saw my family get the brunt end of it. And
Okay.
as a child, I remember saying, I'm never gonna be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I used to be very upset with my father. Y'all gotta, this is real talk here.
Yeah.
And I just was upset. Like, how could he do this to us? We going through, and he's just still fighting, you know. And I even, when I got a little older, I'm never going to date a man who is an entrepreneur. I can't do it. I literally have said that. And I'm a little scarred by it.
Because you know the ups and
I
downs.
know the ups and downs. And it's not saying I'm a bad person because I can't do it. I just say I can't. And I would rather be honest with that person in the industry and say, I can't do that. Because I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want you to waste mine because I probably can't deal with that lifestyle. I can't deal with the unknown right now. I can't deal with the uncertainty. That is a fear of mine because I lived it.
So,
I can't do it.
and I get that.
Yep.
So I was in my 20s
Mhm.
around that time. You know what I'm saying? So as a mature woman now growing up, yeah, I don't mind a little 9 to 5 from my brother. I don't mind
Yeah.
it. You know?
Yeah.
So because when you're younger, sometimes I just you go with the flow of
Yeah.
things, but you do need more stability and stableness.
Now I do. It's kind of like a turn on now, like to see a guy who does kind of have a couple of side hustles.
Okay.
I'm cool with the 9 to 5 because I don't want to know you getting that check.
She wants to see
I,
that.
that's why I need stability. Like
Yeah.
you got your
Multiple
9 to
streams,
5,
but you got
and
something
then
going on the
sometimes
side.
in the evenings you might go do a little thing or
Yeah.
two. I'm all for that. But when you say I'm jumping all in, I'm scared, and I ain't got no problem saying it. If I loved him, and maybe I could work through it, but I am terrified of that. I'm terrified of that.
I
It's
get it.
very like,
wrong with
oh,
that.
I
no.
get it. I get it. You know what?
What about you? I mean,
I get it. My
Yeah.
husband started a trucking business in our 40s, so trust me, I get it.
Okay.
I get it. And with that is, no vacation. If you don't work, you get no check. Like it's no
Okay.
sick days.
Yeah.
If you don't work, you get no check.
Yeah.
It's problems. It's you make all the repairs. Like everything is on you. And the money comes out of our account. So I completely get it. So, but at the same time, guess what? That was his dream.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not gonna stop you from following your dream because my expectation is when I go after my goal or dream,
You gotta be willing.
I expect for you to be there. And
That's what I was saying. Like, if it's that love, and I know this might be my person, I'm gonna be scared, and I'm gonna be transparent about my fear that I'm scared. But hopefully the love and me wanting him and wanting to support it can't overshadow.
because I feel
that.
like I'm supposed to be his
Yeah.
his biggest fan.
Oh yeah.
You go, girl.
I'm his. I see in him stuff that he doesn't see in him, and sometimes we have
Women, we always see
interesting
more.
conversations
That's what
because
I
I
mean. Like
see.
nurture. You gotta
Yeah,
nurture that.
because I see certain things in
Women,
him,
we always see more than y'all
And-
see.
and he doesn't. But I mean, I get it. I get it. I get it.
Part of the financial issue, I think, that we have to consider is that a lot of us wasn't born into wealth. We had to build from scratch.
From the dirt.
Yeah.
From
From the
scratch.
dirt.
Didn't nobody give you a house. We weren't like Trump, where our father
Just
gave
$1 million
us
loan.
$1 million.
Just $1
You know what I'm saying? We build from scratch.
Yeah.
And we have to realize that if you're dating potentially an African American man, he's building from the scratch of the scratch.
Which
Right.
is
From the
something that
root.
generationally we're gonna have to change.
We gotta
Because it's so deep rooted, and that's another conversation
Yeah.
of just economic understanding and wealth, and how this in the black community is something's wrong. We have a very bad disconnect with that.
That's
And
true.
we follow this thing generationally and give it to our children. It just keeps going.
Mhm.
So
So on that note, that is another conversation.
Another one. Yeah.
But it was a good show. Yo, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Yo, we just trying to open your mind. Make sure, yo, fellas, you provide, protect. Ladies, you birth and nurture. You know what I mean? Make sure you have the same goals. Stay on track and be intentional about your relationships. Yo, we love you. Welcome to the other side. Peace.
Yeah.